I'll leave you a link on how I built this workbench on the top right hand corner right now. I sketched it out a couple of times and erased a couple of different ideas, but then I came out with my final idea, and the drawing was drawn full scale, so it made it possible for me to measure the drawing to find out exactly how big to make the wood pieces that I wanted to cut for this. I really wanted to design this when the spray gun sat in the holder that the pot would be vertical. Here you can see the final design, and the dimensions are written down on the design as well. I cut out the 3/4 inch pieces of plywood to make the stand, and I had to cut a notch in the end of one of the pieces for the spray gun to rest in it. I used a router to round off all the edges and a sander to sand the faces smooth to prepare them for painting. Once all the pieces were prepared, it was time to screw the pieces together. I used a little bit of wood glue and glued them together, and then put 2-inch screws in to finalize the assembly. I wanted to make sure that I drilled the screw holes deep enough to where the heads of the screws would not stick out. This would allow the base to sit flat on the table. Once everything was screwed and glued together, it was time to make a final test fit to make sure that the gun was going to fit correctly. I went ahead and added a couple of longer wood screws on the end by the notch to prevent the spray gun from tipping over, just in case. After it was all assembled, it was time to paint it. I chose a bright red so that it would be easier to see the stand in my shop. Thank you for watching. I've got more to come.